Hi, I'm here to give you the simple blueprint of how to make $60,000 a year without a college degree or any certifications. Before we start, there are four things that are required before you do this. The very first thing that's required is having a hard work ethic. This speaks for itself. You need a hard work ethic to excel in life in general. So, hard work ethic is number one. But the number two thing that is required for this is going to be customer service or communication skills. This is something that you build throughout life in school in different clubs, but it's also built out from fast food positions, serving positions, receptionist positions, and even if you're just handling a register. So just having customer service and communication skills is really, really nice. And the third thing that we need is going to be putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. You have to be able to excel and just be comfortable when things aren't comfortable. You have to be able to fit yourself in situations you don't want to be in. So that comes with disciplines. And the fourth thing we have on our list is to watch my how to pass any job interview video. I know I'm trying to just plug, but this is actually something that's essential and needed in this specific guide. So go watch that video if you haven't already watched that, but watch that video and it's going to help. And you'll see why in a few minutes on why I say these specific requirements. So in this particular method, you're going to have to work two jobs. One full-time job and the second is a part-time job. If you can't do that, you already are missing two of the requirements. One is a hard work ethic and two is putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation. Of course, you don't need to work two jobs to make $60,000 a year, but I just wanted to make a realistic plan that doesn't require a whole bunch of things you have to do, get certificates. So it's just keeping it simple. This is not the only way, just a disclaimer. For the first job that is required, it is a full-time position, so you'll be working from around 40 hours to 45 hours a week. And the pay is going to have to be 20 to 23 hours. So the most common jobs in this range is going to be warehouse workers, fast food management, and just delivery drivers. Like if you're working for Amazon, UPS, or you're trying to deliver food. But the food, it really depends on the tips, but you can't make that $23 an hour from delivery driver for like pizza companies. There are also some full-time salesman positions, such as automobiles and maybe insurance. But if you're in those industries already, you're most likely already making $60,000 a year. So these particular jobs that pay this amount, they're relatively easy to get. You just have to watch my job interviews video, especially the warehouse one. It doesn't really take a lot of skills to learn, but that's why I mentioned the customer service communication skills is going to be well needed for the job interview. So watch my job interviews video and just get one of these full-time jobs. That's the first requirement. So I also calculated and wrote down everything already for how much you should be getting paid from the low end to the high end of the pay range. So I already got this done on the calculator, but on the low end, if you work 40 hours a week and you're getting paid $20 an hour, that should be $800 coming in every single week, or 38,000 or approximately $38,000 a year. And disclaimer, I am using pre-tax dollars just to keep it simple. And for high end pay, the highest end, you'll be working 45 hours for full time and you'll be making $23 an hour. So that's going to be $1,035 a week, or 49, approximately $50,000 a year from the low and the high end of this pay. All right, and now for your second position that you'll be working, it's going to be a part-time job. And the position is actually being a server or a waiter. So with this job, you'll be required to work around 10 to 20 hours a week. And being a server or waiter is actually the golden part, I think, of this whole plan. So the base pay, well, from where I'm from in Virginia, the base pay is $7.25. The base pay is going to be $7.25 per hour. And then to add on the tips, I took an average from $10 on the low end and $30 an hour on the highest end for tips per hour. So the average is around like maybe around that $20 per hour range from tips. This is why I also have one of those requirements of having communication and customer service skills. Because as a waiter, you're selling your service. That's how you're getting paid on your tips. So make sure you have really high communication and customer service skills in general to work this position. So to make the most money out of the server job is to work at the most optimal time. So it's the busiest rush hours. Like maybe if you're working in a breakfast area sometime in the morning, and then if you're doing night shift, working at the busiest parts of the night. And you also want to work at a higher end restaurant or bar where people come in and have more money, or if you want to work at a fancy hotel restaurant, because those people already have money, and based on your service, they're just going to give you higher amount. So I calculated on the very lowest end right here. So if you're only working 10 hours a week, and then the base pay plus if you're only making $10 an hour from tips, you should be getting about $17.25 per hour. So that's going to be $172 per week, or around $8,000 per year if you're just working at the very lowest end. But if you do everything right and you get the highest pay possible, if you're working $20 20 hours a week, 20 hours a week, and with base pay plus $30 an hour from tips, you're going to be making around $37 per hour. So if you calculate that from only 20 hours of work, you're going to be making $745 a week, or around $35,000 per year on the highest end. So by following this specific blueprint on making $60,000 a year, you have to combine all four of the things I mentioned before. You need a hard work ethic. You need to work really hard to even work two jobs. You need strong customer service and communication skills, especially as a server. That's where your money is going to really come in. The third one is going to be putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, waking up early, going to sleep late, working two jobs. And then number four is just getting the jobs itself. You have to watch my job interview video just so you can get these two jobs. And I know this isn't the easiest or the most efficient way of making $60,000 a year, but I just wanted to put something realistic and wasn't too hard for you to accomplish. However, the money is pretty good from the overall pay from working these two jobs. On the very, very, very lowest possible pay that you'll get per year, if you add up the full time and the part time, you'll be making $46,000 or $47,000 a year approximately if you're doing the lowest of both of these methods. So that's going to be like working 50 hours a week, you're getting the lowest tips. That's how much money you'll be making. But if you're working the highest possible for both of these scenarios in full time and part time, you're going to be making around close to $86,000 per year, close to six figures from working these two jobs if you're doing the highest possible things. But I like to take the average of the two because I don't want to sell it. So if you take the average of these two, if you add them up, divide them by two, you should be making around $66,000 a year, more than $60,000, like I said in the title. Or that's going to be around $1,400 per week. It's pretty good. Also, if you're doing a great job working, you're being diligent and treating others kindly, you're going to get so many opportunities from how hard you work. You're going to get opportunities to move up, and then eventually you'll be able to make that $60,000 a year without having to work 50 to 60 hours per week. You can start working like 40, 45 hours per week after you get promoted, because people are going to see you working hard. They see you work two jobs. They're going to try to offer you a full-time position that takes care of the pay that you're working for two jobs. But thank you all for watching this video. I hope they kind of helped you out, give an idea of how to make more money in your life. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I'm wishing success upon us all. Peace, guys.